Hey guys, what's going on? Oh, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to this channel, my name is Leslie. It's nice to meet you. How you doing? I hope you were having a great day. If you're a returning subscriber, what's good? What's going on? It's good to see you. Yeah, you. So, today, we will be talking about what it's like to be a young parent. So, before we start our little chit chat, let me introduce you to my little munchkin. Say hi, Gordo. So, everybody, this is Gerald Jr. He is my first and only son at the moment. That means down the line, I will have more to answer one of your questions ahead of time. So, little Gerald Jr. here was born April 1st, 2019 at 4:08 in the morning. So that makes him an Aries, and that also makes him an April Fool's baby. Don't hold that against him, please. To give you a little background on my pregnancy, I carried him for 37 weeks and 4 days. My due date was supposed to be April 18th, so he was born 2 weeks and 3 days early. Let me tell you something. Being pregnant, it was a hell of a crazy thing, to be honest. So, like I was saying, being pregnant, my fault. Being pregnant was one hell of a crazy ride. So for those 37 weeks and 4 days that I was pregnant, although it was not my first time being pregnant, and we will get into that in another video down the line, not right now. Although it was not my first pregnancy, it was my first pregnancy to reach full term. So being pregnant for the first time was mind-blowing, because as a woman, your body changes a lot. You stretch out a lot, and I can't lie, I felt like a big balloon. I felt like a big potato, to be honest. I think he stretched me out a little too far. But towards the end, it was very uncomfortable. Walking, I felt like a penguin. Like, you being pregnant, you can't walk straight, to be honest. You walk like, seriously, like you're a penguin. Like you got something in between your legs, because I mean, you have a big tummy blocking stuff. So you were uncomfortable, you were walking like a penguin. Getting up on your own started to get harder. Sitting down on your own started to get harder. Doing basic things that you would do on a normal was hard. Funny story. How my water broke was funny, because at first, to me, it was like, what the hell is this? Like, did I just accidentally pee on myself? Like, I really thought I accidentally peed on myself, because I was a little wet. So I was like, what the hell is going on? Then I went to the bathroom because I really had to pee. But what came out when I thought I really had to pee wasn't normal pee. Like, it wasn't yellow or anything. It was just mad clear. So I was confused. So I hopped on the phone and I called my mom, and I was like, I think my water broke. I'm not 100% sure. I have clear liquid coming out, but I'm not sure it is what I think it is. So she told me to wait a little bit and see what happened. So I just kept gushing out water and gushing out water and gushing out water. Let me tell you something. When your water breaks, it is very uncomfortable, because you can't control when the water is spilling out your body, and you can't control how much it spills out either. So on my way to the hospital, I got so soaked, like my pants had gotten so soaked that I was just like, good thing this does not happen on a regular basis, because I feel so nasty, so disgusting. And the good thing is I was wearing dark pants too, so you couldn't really tell that I was wet. Thank God, because that would have been embarrassing but I guess in all types of aspects, in some way, when you're pregnant, you have embarrassing moments. So that was one of my embarrassing moments because, to be honest, I did not like being that wet. So I got to the hospital. They admitted me once they found out that my water really did break. I was in labor from the time my water broke to the time I gave birth to my son. I was in labor. That's called labor, like early labor and stuff. I was in early labor for about 15 hours, and I was in labor for an hour. I was pushing for a whole hour. And then came my beautiful little son, who you met before, who was born at 4:08 in the morning. And he's an April Fool's baby, like I told you before. And he's an Aries, so you can only imagine. And he's 9 months now, about to be 10 on February 1st. And let me tell you, he is the best thing that has ever happened to me. So now, jumping into our chit chat of the day, what it's like to be a parent. Like what parenthood is like, especially at my age. So, I had him when I was 20 and I'm 21 now. Having a child at my age is, let me rephrase it, has been one hell of a blessing. But it also has its little moments where I'm just like, oh my God, why did I have a kid right now? But I will never, ever say I regret having my kid at the age I had him. Due to the fact that I actually wanted to have a kid at the age that I had my son, or around that age. My mom had me when she was 22 years old, and I always said, since I was little, that I wanted to have a child at the age she did. But I just ended up having my son like 2 years earlier, which is okay because I wanted to start a family at an early age. So after I gave birth to him, we stayed in the hospital for 2 days because that's mandatory. That's regular stuff. They gotta make sure he's good and I'm good to go home. So we were finally good to go home. I healed pretty quickly too. After I gave birth, although I was tired, I didn't want to stay in bed a lot. I didn't want to stay in bed a lot. Sorry, again. I didn't want to stay in bed a lot. So I would get around and start walking so that I could heal up a little quicker. So that I was, even though I was sore, but I felt like for me to get back to my normal routine, I had to push myself, and I did. So I would walk around my room, even though it kind of hurt, but I would walk around my room just to kind of like stretch out my muscles and stuff. So when I breastfed him for the very first time, it hurt. It hurt. So fair warning, women or young women out there that are planning to start a family soon, breastfeeding does hurt. Your nipples will be sore, will crack most likely, and is not fun. So keep that in mind before you decide to have a child. And teenagers, girls and boys out there, you may be watching this video and I may make it sound nice and stuff, but that don't mean you should start having kids, okay? Birth control condoms, use them. They're there for a reason, to help you out, okay? But like I said, I will never say my child was a mistake because he's not. I love my kid, even though he's crying right now and I'm in the middle of a video, but his dad could handle it because that's what he's there for. Anyways, so back to the topic for today. So what it's like to be a parent at my age. It is very hectic and complicated, but very invigorating at the same time. And let me tell you why. It's complicated due to the fact that, well, not complicated per se, but at times stressful. Due to the fact that you are no longer worrying about yourself. It is no longer me and my boyfriend where if we're at work and we get our paychecks, we're like, oh yes, this is like, we could blow it off on me and you. No. Now it's, oh, okay, we got our paycheck. First things first, does he need anything? Does our son need anything? No? Okay. And that's when you could be like, okay, but what do we need? We need food. Does he have milk? Okay, he has milk. Does he have water? Okay, he has water. Everything is good. You always have to put your child's needs first. It's no longer what you want, what you need. or what you're missing or anything. It's no longer about you. Once you have a kid, everything ends up being about them and them only most of the time, to be honest. But don't let that scare you either, because like I said, having a child is a blessing. They do teach you a lot about how to be a parent, but they also teach you a lot about yourself as well. So I've known that I've always been a person that's had a lot of patience. I've always been a patient person. I guess you could say, just blessed that way. I never really let people push my buttons in that sense. I've never been a person to get into altercations like that with people. I like avoiding that. And thank God, like, he gave me the ability to have patience. And patience is key to being a parent, especially at a young age like me. Because let me tell you something, your child will, and I express, will drive you crazy. And that's a given. So, patience is key. Patience is key for about anything, but patience when being a parent is key because, like I said, they will drive you crazy. So, like I said, in regards to money and stuff, you always think about them first because it's what they need first. Are you missing anything from them? And that's basically what it is. So, with that being said, we always make sure that he's good first. He has everything he needs, his essentials. I am so grateful for my family because when it came to clothes or baby stuff like a walker and stuff like that, I was able to get the hand-me-downs. So I, in all honesty, in regards to clothes and stuff like that, I did not have to buy my son anything, thank God, because baby stuff is not cheap. Not cheap at all. So keep that in mind. So if you have a family member that just so happened to have a kid not that long before you, and they have stuff that they want to get rid of, take advantage. Take advantage. Be like, yo, if you want to get rid of that stuff, I need it. Can you give it to me? Perfect. Okay. Because that really saved my life. To be honest, that really saved my life. Now, like I was saying, really saves your life, to be honest. Really saves your life. Another thing you might ask, if I went through postpartum depression. No, I did not go through postpartum depression. Not saying that a lot of women don't go through postpartum depression, because they do, and it is okay. At the end of the day, just remember you are doing a good job. Like I said, being a parent is hard and at times stressful and complicated and demanding. But never as a woman think that you are not doing a good job. Okay? You are doing a perfect job. Babies are just handful. And if you ever feel like you are going through depression, don't forget to talk to somebody. Find a friend that you confide in to talk to. Your mother, your aunt, a cousin, or even maybe a group of other women that are probably possibly going through the same thing. Because let me tell you, there are a lot of women that go through that. So don't be afraid to talk, to speak out, because I promise you that there is somebody that has gone through it before and knows exactly how to help you get through it. But no, I did not go through that, due to the fact that, like, for me, he came at a point in my life where I felt like I was ready for him. That's another thing when it comes to parenthood. When you're thinking about bringing somebody to this world, when you're thinking about giving life, bringing a new life into this world, you have to make sure you're ready for that. I feel like when one isn't ready to handle a child, to really do what it takes to take care of a child, I feel like that's one reason why you would get depressed, because maybe you feel like, damn, there's so many things I wanted to do, and right now this baby is maybe getting in the way of that, or damn, at times I feel like I'm not doing a good job and stuff like that. And those are reasonable, like, things to be thinking about at the same time. But like I said, a child is never a regret and never a bad choice. Never. And never ever make your child feel like they ruined your life, because a child can never ruin your life. So like I said, for me, my child came at a perfect time in my life. I felt like it was the perfect time in my life to have a kid because, one, I'm really not the partying type, so he really didn't stop me from doing much. Two, I was at a point in my life where I felt like everything was somewhat crumbling down around me, to be honest, because like I said in my previous video, in my Q&A, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. To be honest, to this day, I really don't know what I want to do with my life either. But he has given me that push that I need to push forward, especially with my dreams that I had before him. Like, let me tell you something. Although your child puts in a halt on certain things you want to do, in all honesty, your child would never, ever, ever stop you from doing the things you truly want to do in life. You may not do it, you may not be able to do it in that moment, but they will never be an obstacle as to why you stop doing what you wanted to do. They're gonna end up being that motivation that you need to push yourself to do what you want to do. And that's the number one thing for me in parenthood. Always look at your child as motivation, as a reason to work harder, to push harder, to learn more, be more, provide more. Like, that for me is the number one thing of parenthood. Looking at your child and being like, you're the reason why I am doing this. You're the reason why I'm pushing so hard to be a better person. You make me want to be a better person. And that in parenthood is everything. Being a better person for them is everything. Now let's just move into some basic questions. Like, what I like about being a mom. What I love about being a mom is seeing my son grow. Like I was saying before, my phone rudely interrupted my video and decided to just stop and pause. Well, that's my storage's fault because I gotta optimize my storage or whatever. But back to what I was saying. What I love about being a mom is watching my son grow, because they learn new things every day, and just watching them progress and learn. And for example, he has started to learn how to stand on his own now, and soon enough he's going to start walking. So just to be there to witness all of that is amazing, and it's my favorite part about being a mom. My other favorite part about being a mom is learning new things about myself, like how I could have all the patience in the world, but also know what buttons of mine that I don't like being pushed. But I've also learned how to adapt to new things, how to want to work harder, especially for him. Another thing that you guys might be wondering about, like, for example, will I stop, oh my god, I don't know how to say this, how to phrase this. Okay, will I stop following my dreams because I had a child? No, absolutely not. I will not stop following my dreams because I had him. Like I said before, he will be my motivation, my push that I need to follow my dreams, to do what I want to do in life, to maybe even find new dreams, like complete new dreams. And that's fine if your plan changes. Your plan is supposed to change because now you have to incorporate a new person. They need to be included in your plan in life. So if the dreams you had before you had a child are not the same as after you had that child, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Life changes, milestones change, everything changes, especially once you have a child. So yes, I will be accomplishing new things. I will want to try new things, and he will be the reason why I want to do those things. Another thing that you guys might be wondering as well, do I plan on having any other kids? I don't plan on having any other kids anytime soon, but let's see in maybe 2-3 years. I do plan on having another kid, yeah, in like 3 years, due to the fact that I want them close in age. Me and my sister are close in age. Me and my sister are 3 years apart, so like my mom did with me and my siblings, I want to do with my children as well. I plan on having like 2 max. Like, I don't think I want more than 2 kids, to be honest. But he is my greatest gift in life, and I can't lie about that. Being a parent may have its complications and stuff, but it's the best job in the world, to be honest. It's everything. It's absolutely everything to me. So, getting back into our topic, because I don't know, I'm just rambling out here, to be honest. Being a parent is an absolute honor. It's an absolute blessing. You get to learn new things about yourself. You get to watch them grow. What I love about being a stay-at-home mom, to be honest, is the fact that I get to see my son grow. I get to see his first everythings, and it's the perfect thing for me. It's like a true blessing. I swear, if I had ever missed out on the little things that I've seen him do, I would be upset. To be honest, I would be absolutely upset. So, like I was telling you, and like I will continue to tell you, being a parent is a blessing in disguise. Due to the fact that at times it is stressful, it is complicated, it is hard. Sometimes you do want to give up, but you will never give up because of that child. That child will never let you give up, because you're going to want to do everything possible to give that child the best of everything. You're going to want to give your kid the best life. You're going to want to give your kid a better life than what you had. I had a good life. I can't complain about my life, but I definitely want my son to have a better life. I want him to know that whoever you want to be, whatever you want to be, whatever you want to do in life, go for it. You should never let anything block your path. Never let anything block your path. You should never let anything stop you from getting to where you want to go. And that, for one, as a parent, you should teach your child. And that is one thing I am so happy that my mom taught me, and I will pass that down definitely to my son. You, my beautiful boy, should never let anyone or anything stop you from accomplishing what you want to accomplish. Never let anybody tell you you can't do anything. Because let me tell you something. You can do whatever you want in life. In this life, the next life, and the life after that. You can do anything. And you will do anything. And I will stand there and I will be proud, and I'll be your biggest #1 fan. So that is another thing. When you are a parent, be sure to support your child in whatever they do. Be their #1 fan. Because I guarantee you, in whatever you do, they'll be your #1 fan as well. So, I hope you liked today's video. Although I was rambling a lot and I probably got off topic, but my rambles, to be honest, is everything it is to be a parent. Being a parent doesn't have a specific definition. There isn't a certain way to be a parent. There isn't a guide to be a parent. Well, technically there are books, but I feel like books necessarily won't really prepare you or exactly tell you how you're going to handle certain situations with your child. But it's a process. It's like going to school all over again. You're learning something new every day. Your child is teaching you something every day. So be sure to root them for everything. Root them. Be sure to push them, to motivate them, to let them know that they can do whatever they want. Whatever they set their minds to, they are capable of doing it. Never ever make your child feel like they can't do anything. Support them. No matter what, support them. And me as a mother, I would forever support my child. So, like I was saying before, I hope you liked today's video. I hope you learned some things from me, to be honest. Being a parent, like I said, is a blessing. At times, a blessing in disguise. It's a roller coaster, to be honest, just like anything else in life is. But it is truly amazing. But like I told you, young kids out there, don't be thinking that you could just be having kids, because no. You have a child when you feel like you are ready to have a child, and don't let anybody else tell you otherwise. You are in charge of your life, and you decide your future, and you decide if you want to have a baby or if you don't want to have a baby. And for all those single moms out there, I give you a round of applause, because raising a child on your own is hard as well. But I do give props to the women that do it. And for those men who stuck around after their child was born, I give you a round of applause too, because it is not easy either. It is not easy. People assume that being a two-parent household with a child is easier than being a single parent, and I say, for me, I say in my perspective, it's kind of the same thing, because both of you are learning new things. You're both learning how to adapt to a life with a new person. You're both learning things about yourself. So being a single parent, or being together and raising your kids together, at the end of the day, I give all you families a round of applause, because having a child, raising a child is not easy, but it is the biggest reward in life. It truly is. So back to trying to close out this video. I hope you guys like this video. I hope you learned a lot. I hope you kids out there remember to use birth control and condoms. Having a kid is not a joke, but when you do decide to have a child, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you love it, because in all honesty, I do love it. Once again, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Next time, bring your friends along and your family and whoever the hell you want, even your cat and your dog. I don't care. The more, the merrier. So once again, this was Sit Down with Leslie. I hope you enjoyed today's chat, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys.